the students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I whipped the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, when I hit that. Okay, yeah, when I hit that. Sound like you know. Okay, yeah, when I hit that. I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these eyes ain't got nothing on them. I secured the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew. Only winning is exception on my crew. Yeah, ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career, 31 touchdown passes, and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 44-yard line.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Wilson. Rolling to his left. He may try and run for the... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And the return will stop right around the 25. On first down, it's Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle.
Haskins.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
10 yards on the pickup.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's now third
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
4-yard line.
Now a toss play. It's Carson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Ball carrier.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards.
9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
And 8 yards.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
17 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
We're scoreless after 1.
Quarter with no score.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Carson. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Yard loss brings up 2nd and 13 at the 36-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Back at the 39.
Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
8-yard line.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Out to his left. He can run for, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Seattle.
A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Well, there's a sight that fans were used to seeing a little bit more earlier in his career. Just 3 rushing touchdowns last year for Russell Wilson. He's had as many as 6 in a season. I think he's a lot more selective, a little more judicious about running the football now, but still scares the heck out of any defense when he decides to tuck it and go.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25.
10 at their own.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moved.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On first down, Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
They run it with Carson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Now Carson fumbles the football.
Fumble on the play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up.
Jason Myers on for the field goal.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Home team.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Guys take over 1st and 10. At their
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving into more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Finding his target, it's Cody Latimer.
Complete.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Haskins back to the air. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. And they'll indeed go for it with Haskins. He'll let this, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Throwing again, here's Haskins. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Covered by Jamal Adams.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Jeremy Sprinkle, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So you want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Jason.
A touchdown, the differential, a 7-point game as we get back underway in quarter number 3. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2. No?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
37-yard line.
Now Haskins on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And some room to work. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
On the Seahawks 37-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The tackle made by K.J. Wright. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
They'll go again with McKissick. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field, I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brought you.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
They try again with Peterson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there.
He was brought down by...
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the play.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. They go play action now. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Wilson's pass intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down, Peterson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Taken down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now the 3rd-year man from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
14 on the play. Another.
Many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, this is Geis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run for it with Peterson. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And that will be incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Haskins going to try to throw it. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
Our home team 27.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 veterans there. Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
The conversion is no good on the fake extra point.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for him. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
never had it. The
my
stuff she used to
grandmother did the
preserve.
same. It smelled terrible. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
Complete.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at half,